Peace world. There we go. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Peace world. What is going on? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. Of course, my name is Substantial, and man, as always, it's great to see everybody. Yeah, for whatever reason today, the board is doing something that is normally not a problem. Not sure what it is. Gonna have to troubleshoot a bit later, but yeah, man, happy to see everybody. Hopefully it's not an issue with some of the tunes and stuff I want to play for y'all today, because definitely got some cool stuff to play. Got some unreleased joints I want to play. Some that are, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Hey, that is great news. Normally there would be some applause happening for you right now, but for whatever reason, the board is tripping. So yeah, at some point I might throw on a music video or something like that to kill some time, just so I can troubleshoot something behind the scenes, because the board is doing something it normally doesn't do, which is crazy, because we had to do a workshop yesterday using this exact same board, and everything was everything. But for those of you just tuning in, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to like the video, share it in your network, in case there are some other folks who are fans of the music, fans of what I do. It is greatly appreciated, man. But always happy to see everybody. Shout out to Still. Shout out to Ousted. Shout out to Frank. Who else we got in here? My brother Early Bird is in the house. Let's see. Hey, Ousted said he got his Least of All vinyl. That is amazing, man. I hope you like it. We had a lot of fun recording it. It was definitely you know, a good time with the band and stuff. So if you see me posting clips rehearsing with the band, it was partly for us to record our Least of All thing, but we got an upcoming show that we're going to talk about in a few. Yeah, man, a couple things going on. So excited about that. C Cruz is in the house. Peace, brother. Good to see you up in here. Clap it up for the board. Yeah, the board is doing the most today. Or I should say doing the least, because it ain't doing everything it's supposed to do. So We'll figure that out though. Let's see. Put my old friend onto your music. He normally hates newer artists, but he told me your music was dope. Wow, man, that's a huge honor, man. Thank you. And you can let him know too. Technically, I don't think I qualify as a newer artist anymore. I'm 25 years in the business now. So, signed my first deal in 99. So, he can feel assured that, or reassured that, he can continue his hate for new artists. Because if he likes me, I'm technically not a new artist. I'm new to him. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's unfortunate though. There are some new artists that that I dig and stuff. But yeah, man. Let's see. Warpath says, peace, my brother and fam. Can't stay for this one, but wanted to pop in quick to say peace and wish everyone a good weekend, man. You are good people. Thank you, Eric. Definitely, man. Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook. Shout out to those of you watching on Twitch. And of course, shout out to where most of the people are watching right now is YouTube. So shout out to all of you, man. I greatly appreciate everybody. Definitely, if you want to be a part of the live chat, I highly suggest that, maybe you come over to YouTube because that's where it's popping the most usually. That's where most of the fam is. But yeah, man, we got a lot to cover today. Some tunes to play and all of that. But like I said, I'm going to troubleshoot something for a moment. So what I'm going to do right quick is throw on a music video or something that pass a little bit of time while I troubleshoot this one issue to see what is going on. And also see if I can resolve something else that appears like, oh, I know why. Okay, so all right, cool. Let me do this. But real quick reminder before I do that, for those of you watching, if you enjoy these, you love the Q&A, you love like the little exclusives that you get to share and being able to chop it up, not just with me, but awesome fans like yourself. Definitely, man, subscribe to the channel, but also consider donating to the channel if you don't mind. You can do that via the super chat, especially if you got questions. The super chat highlights what it is you're asking so I can get to it sooner. And then also you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, man, never mandatory, but always appreciated. Happy Friday once again. So we're going to take a quick do a quick interlude early on just so I can take a look at something and get back to the goings ons. Hold on. So let's drop this real quick. Let's do a oldie but goodie. Let's see. I got a couple things in the stash. Yeah, so we're gonna shout out to my brother T Lucas, man. We're gonna throw an old joint on called The New Balance. So I'm gonna throw that music video on. Y'all enjoy. Definitely, man, chop it up in the comments while I do some troubleshooting, and I will be right back with more Substantial Weekly.
Yeah. What up, Substantial? Okay, what we gonna do with this one, man?
When I'm near this mic here, recite fair time to depart the moment I arrive here. Some took a stab at that slabs on my spear, worthy of the throne, they couldn't handle my high chair. Spit a dart that zips past the right ear, that's fair warning, I never fight fair for my share. I'm ever clear, competitors like bear. I'm everywhere, God said let it be light there. Follow orders, I'm hopping border across the water. I'm the sort of performer that kill it out on the corner or the festival stage. Don't engage, it's slaughter. Cypher's my arcade. I lead the game out of order on my daughters. DDTing before I tag you in. Not a rap god, a devil prop, I'm just a rap mutant. You Rasputin, I'm Rasputin. Sir Isaac on the shoulder of giants looking past the horizon. Back off this black author, smack talker. This dope faded for people, then a black barber. All you know is to be professional jack offers. I'm never known for entertaining the whack offer. I died a T-crosser, eat saucer. Searching for a bigger fish to fry, I eat orca. New classic in the work, get your pre-orders. Cause the change gon' come like a ski quarters. How's that for a money shot? Get a napkin. I'll quit when the money stops, still rapping. Arctic when the block is hot, I'm cool as Aspen. Hot spit if the music knock, boom, bapping. Back when the shit wasn't cool to do. Lunchroom spazzing, we look like some fools to you. Happened to slew a crew or two. Now a couple passport stamps later, dummy, the fool is who? Coming to you live. I'm from the DMV.
T. Lucas.
Don't forget that I'm that nigga.
Coming to your live.
Okay.
Live from the League of V.
The way I'm flipping these words is so perpendicular. First I just rip them, you could just tell I'm a verbal Hitler. Every single shot I'm bursting, I'm killing the listener. Reverse a simple churchgoer, turn them to Harry Krishnas. When I pause, it ain't no intermission, no flaws in this vintage spitting, no condom, go raw in the Simmons sisters. I'm missing a few screws loose. I'm about to twist them, go in the lab, hang up a sign that says no visitors. I'm on another plane of existence where you wish you was. On a different dimension, I'm holding lyrical prisoners. Tied with extension cords, when I plug it, it'll sizzle ya. Unoriginal manuscriptures, I rip and get rid of ya. Use the same flame that's in Hades to light my swishes up. Same flame I used to torch you and light the Olympics up. None of my predecessors even interest us. We inches from burning up all the bridges, missiling your militia. This is an intervention of slitting they wrists with suicidal intentions and too much volume prescriptions. I'm on a mission. Computer virus to all you widgets, seancing with witches and rooms painted with hieroglyphics. Let me just switch it. 3-point shots without the assistance. I'm gifted. The same reason the Grinch is pissed at Christmas. Had a baby with Crystal. Shit didn't go the distance. Risking it all, hoping this shit just falls in position like a meteor from space. When hitting the wrong place, it displaces water in places that basically raise the rivers up. Give it up. I'm cutting their faces like Edward Scissors and turn them around to look at disgracefulness in the mirror like 10 Dr. Kevorkians mixed with some Jack the Rippers. 7 serial killers eating Hannibal dinners. Understand it was a storm? Now I'm planning a blizzard with a smidge of the Jay-Z mixed with Wu-Tang and RZA. This exquisite, I'm carving out my name and scripting it in a mic to leave the game as the best that it ever did it. Say what? Black Maverick. T. Lucas. Coming to you live. I'm from the DMV.
T. Lucas. They couldn't walk around in these phone bombs. Keeping it real. The livest niggas from the League of V.
Coming to you live. Stay on my grind all the time. Live.
Represent while the album when I drop it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's see if that works now. There we go. Okay. Shout out to my brother T. Lucas. Shout out to everyone who supported the Dirty Sneakers Project. To those of you who have maybe never heard the Dirty Sneakers Project, I highly recommend you check it out. It's an EP. Both the songs and instrumentals are available. It's me on the beat, so that track right there is called The New Balance, live from the DMV. Shout out to T. Lucas on the second verse, and also my man, my brother DJ RBI on the cuts. It's I saw a lot of y'all commenting on the joint. Hey, that's what's up, man. Nah, it's all love, man. I appreciate you, Ousted, man. Shout out to Frank as well, and anyone else in the comments who was showing love to the track. It's a track that came out in 2020. That's when we dropped that. So, yeah, man, it's been out for a little while. But, yeah, I know it's not the typical vibe that people who people who were introduced to me via Nujabes and some of the more jazz hop or chill stuff are not accustomed to hearing me over those type of tracks or doing those style of rhymes. But for those who don't know, that's actually how I got my start. I came up as a battle MC. T. Lucas and DJ RBI are people who I knew long before I ever met Nujabes and became known for that style of hip hop. So yeah, man, you know, though, like that particular sound is very much connected to my roots, you know what I mean? And even when you hear the more chill stuff I do, those style of drums, those boom bap drums are a part of my foundation, you know what I mean? So I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. Hey, man, shout out to my mom who tunes in. For those who don't know, shout out to my mom who tunes in from time to time and catches me when I go live on Fridays, man. It's so dope. Just another way we get to connect. Mom, if you're still watching right now, just to let you know, I talked to Shell, so we're probably going to come and see you next week. So I'll call you a bit later so we can confirm. But yeah, man, shout out to the woman, my producer, you know what I mean? My original producer before anyone else produced me. Shout out to Mom, man. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me see. So Stan, hey, Quintus King is in the building. Peace. What's going on, fam? That's what's up. I'm from NY, so I love that style. Hey, since you're from New York, you'll be happy to know I got a gig coming up on 420. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, let's get to some other things because we got lots to promote. So hold tight 1 second. Let's switch things up in the background and get this queued up. Boom. So really quick, again, for those of you who are MCs, producers, or make music in general and could use some assistance in terms of the business sides of things, got questions, etc., etc. Definitely, if you have not found out about Substantial Art and Music Academy or SAM Academy, I highly recommend that you sign up. For those who don't know, I've been teaching music business classes for nearly 10 years with organizations like Words, Beats, and Life, also with Omega Studios in Rockville, Maryland, and now at Crescendo Studios, we now teach classes that are open to the public. We also have these classes available online. We've been pre-recording them and then sending it to those who want to do the online classes, but we're highly considering doing them live for people to be able to tune in like that as well. So if that is something you're interested in, you can head over to crescendostudiosva.com and go ahead and register there. Classes are in person and online, but shout out to everyone who's been attending. It's been really, really dope. Doing what we can to help the next generation of musicians be able to make a living doing what they love to do. Yeah, man, it's funny. Real quick, just because I know sometimes we don't really talk the business side of things here on the show unless y'all ask me. And I know in recent weeks we've talked a little bit about streaming. And we've talked a bit about the Recording Academy / Grammys and how that works. So there's been a lot of things that people have been talking about and in terms of alternatives to streaming, right? Some artists have actually taken their music completely off of streaming sites and have been doing more direct to consumer. For those of you who don't know what that is, direct to consumer is exactly what it sounds like. It basically means that they have something set up where they can sell directly to the people who support them, as opposed to relying on sites like or platforms like Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, etc., etc. So for like, if that's something you're interested in, this is something I've been teaching artists to do for a very long time. The money I make off of Spotify is probably, or not just Spotify, but streaming services in general, it's more than what the majority of people in the music business, period, whether they are semi-professional, amateur, or professional, right? The fact of the matter is, if you aren't making, if you are basically, I think it's 80 to 90% of the people on streaming platforms don't even have songs with 1,000 plays or more, right? That's an actual thing. And so, and if you're an artist that consistently does that, and in some cases does that fairly easy, you are making more than most people who do this. And so, even though I'm not the wealthiest person in the world, I technically qualify as one of those artists who are in the higher percentile. So a lot of times I'm teaching artists how to get to that point. Right. Some of that is based on things you can actually do. And then some of that is, you know, you collaborated with someone who's a bit more notable than you. Right. So like obviously a good amount of people know me through Nujabes. And then some people know me through the video game stuff I've done. Some people know me through being with Mellow Music. Some people know me through being with Q&5 Music. I've done a lot of different things. So it's given people a wide variety of ways to discover me. Even though a lot of people's pathway is through Nujabes, the fact of the matter is, most people who actually listen to my music past Nujabes, they were introduced to me other ways. You know what I mean? So my point is, if that's something you're interested in learning more how to develop, how to do more direct to consumer things, for example, when y'all purchase stuff from me via my website, as opposed to streaming it, that's direct to consumer. even Bandcamp to a certain extent is somewhat direct to consumer because you make a purchase there, the money comes to me immediately. I don't have to wait 3 to 6 months as I do with streaming services to be compensated. So I don't want to bore y'all with this stuff, but this, honestly, I spend more time talking about this stuff and teaching people this stuff than I do making music these days, for those who didn't know. It's part of the reason why I'm able to sustain myself and do what I love to do full time, is because I have multiple revenue streams. Part of that is performing, part of that is streaming and direct to consumer sales, and then part of that is the educational piece. As I said, on the music business side, I've been doing that for nearly 10 years. Teaching visual art or music is something I've been doing for nearly 20, in terms of after school programming and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of stuff. So again, if you're interested in that, you know someone who's interested in that, I highly recommend that you sign up. But let me stop boring with, you with that. Let's get to these comments real quick in the chat. Power Mitts, peace, man. Good to see you up here. All right. JS Rock says, do you touch on anything that would be beneficial for streaming music business? Yeah, I definitely, I talk to artists about how to navigate it, right? The way to view streaming, because for example, if you are an artist that, let's say you get 250,000 streams a month, right? If the majority of that is coming from Spotify, which for most artists it is, right? If that's coming from Spotify, 250 million streams is roughly around $1,000, right? Keep in mind, that's before your distributor takes a cut. Now, if you're with somebody like DistroKid, you can pay an upfront fee, which basically means they don't take a cut of your streaming royalties after you've paid the annual fee that you pay with them. However, something like DistroKid, they do a lot of a la carte things to add on that a lot of times just come included with different distributors like the one I'm with. I work with a company that's a smaller company called Identity Music. Now, because I'm with a smaller distributor, I get more one-on-one time. If I need to get on the phone with somebody, I can. If I need to get on a Zoom with someone, they're based in Europe. If I need to get on a Zoom with them, I can. You know what I mean? They have people who work directly with me, and they provide other opportunities as well. So there's a lot of benefits to being with a smaller company versus a bigger company. And I'm still on all of the same platforms that any mainstream artist would be on. Now, the thing is, if you are making 250,000 streams a month, 250,000 streams, that is only roughly around $1,000 before your distributor takes their cut, before you split whatever you got to split with any featured artists, producers, et cetera, et cetera. And that's also before, if you're on an indie label or a major label, that's before the label takes their cut as well. So I say all of that to say that is not a lot of money. Yo, why is my computer not charging? Hold on one second. I just realized I'm looking at my laptop, which is clearly plugged in, but for whatever reason, it is not charging and is at 6%. So that is concerning, to say the least. So we're going to figure something out. We may take another break so I can troubleshoot that. But I just saw this red pop up and I'm like, yeah, we'll be live and then we won't. So anyway, we definitely spend a lot of time talking about that. We talk about different strategies, such as like the waterfall release strategy, which is very popular these days, and other strategies that, quite frankly, require a bit more work than one should have to do, considering how small we get, how small the percentage is that we get paid. For example, most streaming platforms pay roughly around 0.003 per stream. So yeah, it's around that. It's actually a little bit less than that. So you get roughly about 1/4 of a penny per stream. So even if you're a person, as I've said on the show before, that streams me, 1,000 to 2,000 times in a year, that's only roughly about $4 to $8, fam. So, you're always better off buying physical merchandise. You buy a t-shirt from me, even with all of the fees I pay to get that shirt manufactured and stuff. my profit is still literally 2 to 3 times more than what I would make if you streamed me 2,000 to 3,000 times in a year. That's insane, right? So yeah, whenever you have the opportunity to support someone directly, whether it's you're better off buying like a digital download via Bandcamp or buying physical merch from me via my website or Bandcamp, all of that stuff, not just for me, but for other artists. That's why for those of you who still pay attention to Kanye West, you see him in the news real heavy. They're talking about how much money he's made on his new project. Nothing he's doing is new. What's happening is more and more mainstream artists are realizing how bad the business has gotten. And a lot of them realize that they're big enough at this point where they won't have the accolades of selling the same amount of records that they sold before. They'll sell significantly less. However, their profits will be way more. This is why there are a ton of rappers far more popular than me who literally make the same amount of money or less than what I make in a year, right? Because we have two very different strategies. I'm not as concerned with being popular as I am getting as much of the money that I deserve from the work that I've put in. If I work on a project for 2 years, you got to understand that I've been investing time, energy, and money into a project for 2 years straight to make it happen. So a project like Sacrifice, between me and the label, we invested roughly over $40,000 to make that album, right? Keep in mind that $40,000 quote is really just what the label spent. That's not including what I spent out of my own money, right? And a project like Adultish, right? I can tell you without even thinking about it that the budget for Adultish probably ran somewhere between $25,000 to $30,000 in the 2 years that I worked on it. So yeah, so it's all about, in business, we talk about ROI, right? Return on investment. And so, you know, doing things in a way that may not make you as popular, because people hit me up all the time saying, yo, you're so underrated. Yo, you should get more attention. Yo, blah, blah, blah. Yo, hey fam, all of that costs money, right? And what I'm trying to do is get the best return I can on the money I invest into it. And the fact of the matter is, some of the music stuff I do isn't necessarily as lucrative as other things that I do as well. Because keep in mind, I'm a visual artist too. So I might be working on something on the side for another client that's paying me an hourly rate that is significantly more than, like, literally there are things that I'm doing that give me an hourly rate that is more than what somebody might pay me locally to come out and just do 15 minutes at their live event. And I can do that and I can make that money without ever leaving my house. So, you know, yeah, man, I'm going off track right now. My point is, to any artist that's listening, I know this ain't for everybody, for all the artists, whether you're a visual artist or a musician, these are things you got to consider. If you're serious about being able to make a living and supporting yourself, and in some cases supporting those you love doing this, right? It's part of the reason why y'all don't see me tour a lot too. When you see me travel and do different things, it's because more times than not, I figured out what the return on investment is going to look like before I actually agree to do it. Because touring is extremely expensive in this day and age where people don't show up to shows the way they used to. You know, it's a loss. You can lose money, and doing like a 30-day run, being on tour for like a month, 3 weeks and stuff like that costs a lot of money. So you see me doing a lot more of this cultural diplomacy stuff and things like that, where a lot of the costs that would typically fall on to me is being covered by other organizations and people that I've partnered with. And we're doing work that's going to benefit not just me as an artist, but the communities that we're working with. So that's why people are willing to invest a bit more than they would in an artist that's just trying to tour and strictly perform. So yeah, man, yada, yada, yada. A lot of stuff that you may or may not be interested in, but I appreciate the question. So specifically streaming, playing music in a live capacity and how to market that. Yeah, we definitely touch on that. We touch on different ways to market at live events to increase your reach and retain as many, new fans that you come across in these situations. We definitely cover all of that in these classes. Checking my battery life real quick. Still hasn't adjusted yet. Lord have mercy. Send a prayer up. Peace. What's going on, Michael? All right. Okie dokie. Peace to you. Michael says, how was your last trip to Japan / New Bop Alloy coming? I would say to you, watch the last episode of Substantial Weekly. I get into all of that. I don't want to lose too much time today recapping on that trip, but I would just sum it up by saying Nepal and Japan were amazing. Really, really great time. Shout out to Marcus D. The New Bop Alloy record is going to be super dope. I might just tell you who the big feature is today. I'm not going to play it for y'all, but I might just say a name. Passing along knowledge to the next generation is one of the most fulfilling forms of labor and one of the most rewarding, 100%, and underappreciated. Do you do any graphic design anymore? All the time, fam. Believe it or not, I probably low end, let's say in a week, bare minimum, I spend about 10 hours doing some form of graphic design. That's on the low side of things. But any given week, I might spend a good 20 to 30 hours doing graphic design. And that's what me doing it on the side. Because most of what you see from me, including this flyer that's up here now, is designed by me. My logo, designed by me. Hoodie that I'm wearing now, designed by me. It's what I went to school for. So yeah, I'm constantly doing design for myself and others. These days I've been limiting how many clients I take in, because I have a bigger client that I've been working with, and they've been demanding a lot of work. So I've just solely been focused on them and designing stuff for our company and clients. But yeah, man, always love the knowledge you drop on Fridays. Josh, man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Peace. What's going on? All right. Soul Tiger. Good to see you, fam. All right. JS Rock says business went south when labels started doing 360 deals, in my opinion. I feel that. To be truthful, the record label has never really been designed in a way for for artists to be the sole benefit, not sole, but to benefit as much as they probably could from the sale and promotion of their records, right? Ultimately a company is coming along, picking different artists, and they are investing a ton of money and time into making these artists big. And most people in that situation, because of the following and the reputation that the label has built, the contracts have never been in favor of the artist. The only artists who usually get really, really good contracts that benefit them mostly or more than the label are typically artists who are more established. So even me as an indie artist, in the beginning, the worst deal I had in this biz was maybe me getting 25% of royalties when they came in, right? But the best deal I've had outside of putting my stuff out myself, the best deal I had with a record label was actually 80-20 in my favor, right? And that's partly because a good amount of companies know that they've been following what I do. You'd be surprised how many people don't ever get it messed up. One thing to know about me, and I know this because I'm behind the scenes with a lot of these folks, far more people know who I am than the public would lead you to believe, right? So, and I know this because when I meet certain folks sometimes, stuff they say, it lets me know there are people in the industry who, I'm not trying to sound like some conspiracy theorist. I'm giving you direct quotes from what people have told me. There are people all the time who, when I see them in person, are literally running down a list of things they've been seeing me do. So there are people who quietly watch what I do, but they aren't actively supporting what I do or giving me opportunities. They are literally studying what I'm doing and figuring out how to apply it to their careers, other artists, et cetera, et cetera. So, and this is not hyperbole, fam. I'm not sizing it. I'm not putting any sauce on it. I'm telling you what people have told me directly. One of my boys said to me, I ain't gonna say his name, but one of my boys said to me, he was like, dude, I'm dying to see what you do in the crypto space. I want you to come into this space not because, yo, I think it's a great opportunity for you, but it is a great opportunity for you. But I want you to come in this space just so I can see how you're going to move through it, so I can rip off your ideas. This is my boy. He told me that straight up. He was just like, yo, I know you're going to find a way to move in this space that other people haven't figured out yet. You're going to find a way to move differently. And I'm waiting to see what that looked like, so that way I can learn from you as I've been doing over the years. And so, yeah, man, that's why I wouldn't say I'm content with where I am, but I don't lose a lot of sleep over how popular I am or am not. Like, Okay, check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, we are back. It appears. Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay. Do me a favor in the chat. Let me know if everything's all good for y'all.
All right, we are back.
Austin, you are hilarious, fam.
Y'all can hear me okay.
Yeah, man. No, this is batshit crazy. I don't know what the issue is today. It seems like everything, and it's wild because, like I said, we had to do some business yesterday for the company, for our company and stuff, and we had to go live. Everything was everything. There were no problems, but today it wants to do the most, and I don't know what the hell that's about.
Everything was everything.
Hold on. Audio and visuals are go. Welcome back. Stand double audio though. Thank you. Okay. So let me. Oh, I know why. All right. That's my bad.
Audio and visuals are go. Welcome back. Stand double audio.
Okay. Let me know if that echo is gone. All right. Yeah, the double audio was because I had to go on my phone to interact with y'all via chat. But yeah, we should be straight now. All right. Let me know if the audio, that's code for double audio in case you didn't know. Patent pending. Let me know if the double audio is fixed. All right, cool. We're back. All right, son. So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it moving. Rather than talking y'all to death about all the boring ins and outs of the business, what I'm about to do right now is we're gonna play some new music, man. Let y'all hear some things that are being, things I'm cooking up behind the scenes. Let's hear some new beats, shall we? Let's take off this real quick. Don't you do it. Don't you? Thank you. Boy, it's doing a lot today. It's doing a lot. I feel like, I'm being abused. You know what I'm saying? Your boy has been sick, been dealing with so much, and it's just, you know what I mean? It ain't treating me good, fam. You know what I'm saying? I deserve love like anyone else. You know what I mean? From my computer, from people I interact with. That is not too much to ask. Can we all agree on that? You know what I mean? But yeah, for whatever reason, the joint is definitely tripping. Okay, so let's play something. And yeah, hold on one second. Make sure that is working. Let's see. All right, back. So we're gonna start with some beats, and then we will get to some rhymes. So let me scoot over here because I got to reach over to the computer I produce on to play the track. Get your ass out the way. Yeah. All right. So disclaimer. The track I'm about to play is the two tracks I'm gonna play, the two beats that I'm gonna play. These were instrumentals. Both of them are for Ana Kaona, Rocio Milagro. She is the poet who I did a track called Stillmatic for a while back. If you haven't heard that, it is on all streaming platforms. Just look up Ana Kaona, Rocio Milagro, and Substantial Stillmatic featuring Lizzie Blue on keys. Definitely, if you love really dope spoken word with a powerful message, and also love beats with heavy jazz influence, all of those things are present. It's a really good track I'm proud of. These are two tracks that I've done for her upcoming album, which are pieces that she recorded from her book that is also coming. She has a book deal, and so I'm producing the album that accompanies the book. And yeah, man. So I'm gonna play because she just audio of her vocals for one of these tracks, but I haven't had a chance to make the updates. So I'm gonna just play the instrumentals until I rework it. So here we go. Let's get into it. All right. So this first one is called Shipwreck Poem, and it's just the instrumental. You better play. Stop playing with me. There we go. All right. So this is a different vibe, not a straight hip hop track. And bass line hasn't been added yet either. Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. I just want to be great. That's it. And the powers that be ain't trying to let me be great. So, hey man, I'm gonna hit play. Visuals a go, but there's no sound. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hey, Substantial's back. See that? Okay, cool. How about now? Yeah, yes, you're back. Okay, sweet Jesus. Man, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to be great. You know what I mean? Listen, that is it. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Ass bender. You know, just wanted to say, hold on, let's read that. Ass bender says, just wanted to say you helped me get through a lot of dark times. Really appreciate the music. I'm successful now, but as a kid, I didn't know if I would make it. Thank you. Hey, man. Yo, that's great to hear, man. Clap it up for you. We're going to also clap it up for the brother Joshua McGee, who just put up some keep me and my babies off the pole money. Which this week looks like this money is going to go toward next computer because, yeah, man, it's funny because my laptop is fairly new. My desktop is really old. So I was literally speaking with Apple the other day because my plan is to replace that within the near future so I can give my laptop a bit of a break because I've been doing the most with it. Tommy, take care, man. Man, it was great seeing you up in here. Sorry for the technical stuff today. Hey, you even got the soundboard working. Man, listen, it's been a fight. And like I said, the crazy thing is yesterday, thank God, because we had to do an official presentation for Arts Fairfax, presented to the arts community, talking to them about, different opportunities, how to do social media marketing, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, man, everything was smooth, like no problems, using the exact equipment. But today was like, son, today I want to show off. So look, I don't know if y'all heard anything because I definitely pressed play on a beat and had the thing rotating over here. I could hear everything and everything looked like it was fine until it wasn't. So I'm going to try it again. I don't know if you heard it or not, but we are definitely going to try this one more time. Okay. Any plans on coming to Texas again soonish? I'd love to buy some VIP tickets and meet you, man. No plans right now for Texas. I think right now, and I'll promote these shows in a second. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'll promote the upcoming shows in a second. Everything is East Coast right now. I am looking to do some more stuff overseas, going back to Japan. I've been in talks with a promoter in China recently too. But yeah, man, I haven't really been putting a whole lot of effort into doing in-person events like that anymore. I think I'm at a point where I'm gonna just kind of let it happen organically and not really try to force it, because turnout's been really sparse. Some of you who've been to some of my actual live shows can confirm what I'm saying. Like, outside of conventions, I haven't really done any huge shows in a while. And it's cool, man. I'm not tripping off of it. I just think my efforts would be better spent at this point doing more online performances like what I was doing during the pandemic, because, it's not as great a risk on my end because, again, I'm always considering return on investment. And sometimes even with the smaller shows, I know how to do that in a way where I don't lose my money. So that's been cool. And I get paid far more to speak places, which is the other crazy part. People will pay me thousands of dollars to come speak at a college before they'll pay me more than $1,000 to $2,000 to perform at a college, or to perform at like venues and stuff. And so, and I'm not even talking about events with like hundreds or thousands of people. I'm talking about like I'll get paid that type of money to come speak to 20 or 30 people for a speaking engagement versus performing at this point. So yeah, man, I'm just, always keeping my options open and just moving smart. Like, I don't really trip off of it being a speaking engagement versus a performance, because the fact of the matter is the only reason why they want me to speak is based on the success of the music. So like, what I've been able to do in spite of, situations doing a show and less than 10 people show up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I think all of us at that point where you got to do what makes the most sense for you, and what's the best use of your time, energy, and resources. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm really trying my best to pour into the next generation as much as I can. And, for those who want to support my projects and stuff and performances and all of that, I'm gonna do what I can to keep doing the lives, doing whatever. But at some point, as the turnout gets lower and lower and stuff, you got to be like, hey, is this the best? Here's an example. The thing I did in Nepal, right? I performed for close to 2,000 people in Nepal outside of the workshops that we did. And then I came back and did Yo, hey, so listen, I'm gonna go live on IG. I just had to do this from my phone because literally my computer is doing the most. I'm gonna go live on IG. I will see y'all there, and yeah, man. I don't know if I'm gonna play the music from there because it's obviously not gonna sound as good. But I apologize to everybody for tuning in. Definitely never want to waste anyone's time. But yeah, man, gotta do what makes the most sense at this point. So I'll meet y'all live on my Instagram. For those who don't know what my Instagram is, it's just Substantial Music. Make sure you follow me over there. And yeah, man, we'll answer questions and all of that. I won't have all the bells and whistles, obviously, but we can continue over there. All right. See y'all in a minute. Peace, y'all.